Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rambling Runoff. I am your host, Robert Rios. Of course, I am here today with you to give you the sports news I think you need to hear. And as always, next to me, my co-host, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, tell the people what's up.
What's going on? Coming to y'all a little late, but happy Halloween, belated.
No, yeah, guys. Sorry for the late start here, but it was a little bit of a holiday the other day, so we had to celebrate, of course. But no worries, we got a full slate of sports news to give you. On our first topic of the day is going to be the MLS playoffs. We're going to be reacting to the first round and a little bit of the wild card that happened in the past week. And then after that, Danny's going to go in and tell us about the first week of the NBA and give us his reaction, and I'll also chime in as well, of course. And in the warm-up, this past week we had what people were referring to as the Sports Equinox, where all the pro sports teams played at the same time. Kinda. We'll explain later. And then, of course, stick around to the rundown where we dive into all the other little intricate things of the sports world. So I hope you guys keep with us till the end. But other than that, yeah, it should be a good episode. Danny, what you been up to? Can you give us a little insight into your life and tell the people what's going on with you?
Not much. I went to a couple of Halloween parties. I also checked out, if you're in the LA area, it's over now, but we went to the Natural History Museum that had a little bit of a Halloween garden walkthrough thing. That was pretty cool. Other than that, I haven't been doing much. I saw the Taylor Swift concert thing. Did I talk about that last week?
You did not.
I did not. I watched that. That's pretty good. I love my Tay-Tay. That's it for me, Robert. What's going on with you?
Well, for me, for Halloween, not this past Halloween, I didn't really do much. We just kind of stayed inside this year. It was a little cold. But for Halloween, I was lucky enough to go to Knott's Scary Farm at Knott's Berry Farm theme park. Yeah, it was really fun. I got spooked a few times. My friends of mine had never gone. So it was cool for them to go and experience it. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I love going to the Scary Farm. I don't know why. I don't like scary movies, but I just like the thrill of wandering through a maze and, someone giving you the spooks. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I've been told it's two different mediums, so
yeah. Oh,
it's
for sure. Did
commendable.
You happen to dress up this year?
No.
Damn.
Well, not for Halloween, but I did go to a Halloween party. I was with my girlfriend. We were sriracha bottles.
Oh, that's sick.
Well, not literally. I should also explain. It was just sriracha bottle T-shirts.
Oh, okay.
And we both wear green bandanas on our head.
Oh, bandanas. I was gonna say green beanies or something. That's cool.
Yeah. No, yeah. Basically. But yeah, that was mostly it for me Halloween wise. I already had some candy stashed away, so that's why I've been digging on too.
Nice. So yeah, thanks for asking, Robert. I definitely did dress up as well. My girlfriend and I were...
chill, bro. You could have also just mentioned that yourself.
Yeah, I could, but it would have been nice to have a podcast host who reciprocated the question. That'd be crazy though, huh?
I did. I said, what'd you do? You're a fool. Anyways, yeah, tell them about your guys' awesome Halloween costume, and tell them a little bit about your other costumes as of late.
Yeah, as of late, we've been kind of alternating. It just happened to, 1 year couple's costume, 1 year not, on and off. This past Halloween that just passed, we were the twins from The Shining. Come play with us. You know what it is in the little pink bows and blue dresses. Previously, we have been the Uma Thurman and John Travolta from Pulp Fiction. And then the sandwich here in between that, we were Nacho Libre. I was Nacho and she was Encarnacion, the nun. Sister Encarnacion. Yeah, so there's been a couple of our couple's costumes. But it's been really fun. And yeah, this year was my girlfriend's idea and she killed it. Got some stuff, put it together. Looked dope. Yeah, that was it.
Oh yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah. I don't know. For me, Halloween, I don't know, every other year, like, I will just, it's either we do something or we don't do something, basically. I mean, we'll go to, like, a party or two, but that's, like, it, really, you know? I don't know. That's just me.
But fun
But,
times
do you have
we had
anything
on.
else to?
Nope.
No,
That's
yeah,
it
of
for me.
course. Do you have anything else to add? All right, for sure. We hope everyone else had a good Halloween. I probably should have told everybody Happy Halloween last week.
Happy Halloween,
Oops, I
everybody.
forgot.
Belated. Get ready for Thanksgiving. And get ready for the Christmas
yeah,
music
we-
that's coming already.
Oh, the Mariah Carey is already playing in the background, my
Dude,
guy.
I know. God. So early.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep. No, I won't
But,
knock
yeah.
anyone for decorating
What you
early.
got?
But playing Christmas music right now? Come on now.
Nah,
It's
there's
too
probably
early.
a station or two already playing Christmas music.
Oh, for sure. Cole's probably already done it.
Oh, probably. Or there's also a country station called K Frog. That
K-Frog.
they basically they play just pure Christmas music.
Damn. Damn, all right there.
Damn hole burn down. Some country rhythm.
Yeah.
Sorry, different country, but all right, we're getting sidetracked now. But are you ready to start the sports rambling? I think that was probably our longest intro yet.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's jump into it.
All right, for sure. As I mentioned in the beginning, we're gonna be talking MLS playoffs. We just had the wild card matchups, and we also just had the opening matchups of round 1, which is a best of 3, as we explained in our last episode. Which thank you very much to everybody who's been listening. I really appreciate it. I know it's still a small lookout of a bigger view that could be growing, you know. But we had the MLS. I'm flabbergasted. I'm looking at my picks right now, and
Collect yourself, Rob.
I was one out of 2 on my wild card picks. I had Charlotte beating Red Bulls, but the Red Bulls came out and they played well. They won 5-2 in that first wild card matchup. But I would like to point out there was like less than half the stadium in attendance, by the way, which is not good at all.
Damn.
But
That's horrible.
yeah, shout out to Red Bulls for showing up. They had a player who scored their first hat trick in playoff history. I gotta pull up his name. Unfortunately, I always do this. I always have like a million things and I forget like one thing to tell everybody. Do you hate when that happens, Danny?
It's all in the details, folks.
No, yeah, it was
It just
Elias Manuel. He scored in the 10th, 37th, and 78th minute
Shout
of
out.
their matchup. Yeah, shout out to him. I would say, however, I think it was Kerwin Vargas it was Kerwin Vargas who scored the bicycle kick. The keeper never had a chance. It was a full-on
He had a
bicycle kick too, Danny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit was nice. But it was not enough to keep Charlotte FC continuing their playoff journey.
I like to call that the
And
Mongoose.
the Mongoose? Why?
It's the bicycle brand, Mongoose.
Oh my god, you're so dumb.
I think they might be dead already. I don't know.
I don't think so, but anyways, what is dead is the San Jose Earthquakes' chances in the playoffs, as they were defeated by Kansas City in penalties. I wasn't able to see this game or the highlights because it ended 0-0, but they went into pens, which is always nerve-wracking. And I guess you could say that Peter Vermees, the head coach, the manager, he's got his guys all in check, all in line. You know, he has a healthy roster. Alan Pulido, Johnny Russell, they're all good players. Let me see who else is on their lineup. I could tell you about. Tim Melia has always been a good player. Funtas, I think that's how you say it. He's also a great player. Roger Espinoza is also a good guy. And yeah, Daniel Shalui. He's also been a consistent player for SKC. And yeah, they moved on. And after that, we had the best of 3, which Dan, I did on my side. Did you write down who you had winning the first games or the series by any chance?
I don't remember. I didn't write it down, but I remember picking Columbus Crew, but they haven't played yet.
They're playing right now as of
Right
this
now?
recording. By the
Oh,
way.
really? Oh, shit. Wait.
Yes.
Oh, that's not Pacific though. Huh? That's Eastern.
No, they're playing right now.
Right now,
Like,
right
right now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I picked
Uh,
St. Louis. I picked Philly. I picked I didn't pick Dallas. I know that for sure. I picked the other one. I picked.
They're called
FC.
Seattle Sounders, Danny. Put
My
some
bad.
respect on their name.
I picked LAFC for sure. Just to spite you, I know that. And then I think I did pick Houston because I got cousins in Houston.
Oh, you do? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And then I sure. I think I picked whatever you picked of the first matchup. I think I picked the opposite, which must have been Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, for the Eastern Conference, I had Cincinnati beating whoever, which I thought it was going to be Charlotte, but Red Bulls. We're just going to go through the order here as we have it listed. Game 1 was all Cincinnati. It was 3-0. Red Bulls never stood a chance. So that's why I was surprised that Red Bulls, moved out from the wild card. But it's okay. It's only been one game. You don't know if Red Bulls and the next leg can, at home, show out and show the MLS and the soccer world that they mean business in that they could win in the playoffs, because historically they have not been good. They had Thierry Henry on their team and they couldn't do nothing. But Alvaro Barreal scored the 2 goals, 23rd and 89th minute, and then Luciano Acosta, which by the way, now it's coming back to me. He had a sick chip from like almost half field. I forgot who it was. Someone stole the ball, and the goalie from New York came out to kick it away, but it just took an awkward deflection and landed to the feet of Acosta, and Acosta just had to chip it over everybody, and it went into the back of the net. So a hell of a goal by that guy. Shouts to him. Then game number 2 on our list, we had Orlando versus Nashville. It was a back and forth game. These are two very defensive teams. Nashville, ever since their introduction into the league, have been defensive heavy. They'll play you to the tie. They'll play you to the draw. But also Orlando also likes to do that. So I'm not shocked that this was the only 1 goal game over the weekend from the games as of this recording. Orlando won 1-0. They had a banger of a goal themselves. Let me pull up that score line. The goal was scored by Wilder Cartagena from outside the 18, outside the penalty area. The goalie never stood a chance, and that was the lone goal of the game. 1-0, Orlando leads the series at the moment. Then we had the Philadelphia Union winning 3-1 over New England. This one was a little bit shocked. I thought New England was going to give them a better fight, but they did not. And the Union took home the W, winning 3-1. You had a Daniel Gazdag scoring, Mikel Uri in the 26th, I think that's how I say it, and Nathan Hariel. Gustavo Bo got the only goal for New England. Let's see how New England does in the home leg for them. Like how you mentioned earlier, you had St. Louis over whoever was going to be in that 8th spot or in the entry round from the wild card, Sporting Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City took it to St. Louis away out of all places. They won 4-1, which is a shock because, like you were saying, the number 1 seed. Why wouldn't you pick them? And yeah, even I was thinking, I'm like, why wouldn't St. Louis win not just game 1 but the whole series? But no, like I said, Peter Vermes got his guys going. The final score 4-1. Logan Nembe. Dang it, I said it earlier to myself. Logan Ndembe, Remy Walter, Gotti Kinda in the 39th, and then Daniel Shalhoub in the 61st minute got onto the score marker for Sporting KC. So let's see what happens. How does St. Louis respond with this being their first playoff appearance in franchise history? So let's see how they do away. Then also we had Seattle Sounders versus FC Dallas. The game was in Seattle. The game was 2-0. I think did Jordan Morris scored? Let me look up the... No, yeah, he did. Jordan Morris scored the second goal in the 74th, and the first goal was scored by Albert Rusnak in the 43rd minute. I thought Dallas would have done better in this game, but they were fairly beaten in every aspect. So let's see how Dallas does going back to Frisco, Texas. Then we also had LAFC hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps. The game was 2-2 for a bit, and then after a while, the Whitecaps just let the game get away from them, and LAFC were victors 5-2. Ryan Hollingshead had 2 goals. Dennis Bouanga had 2 goals, and Jesus Murillo had the lone goal in the 80th minute. For Vancouver, it was Brian White and Sam Adukubi. Something like that. Close enough. If anyone knows how to pronounce those names, please let me know. And then in this other game, Houston and Real Salt Lake, this was a heated matchup. Houston and Salt Lake played each other in the semifinal in the U.S. Open Cup, and in that game, they had a sending off. Like, this one dude from Salt Lake was about to start. Well, he put hands on a player aggressively, and it looked like he was already ready to start, like, really swinging. But he was already on double yellow, or he was already on a yellow, and he got a yellow. But I think it was rescinded, and they just gave him a straight red. So I don't remember what the suspension/consequences of that is, but not a good look. But yeah, it was a heated battle. It was 1-1 for a bit, and I think in the 79th minute, Houston got the game winner. So Houston won their opener 2-1. I don't know. Did I miss anything on here, Danny?
No, I think you covered all the matchups.
Okay, yeah, and currently Columbus and Atlanta are squaring off as of this recording. Columbus is
Check
up
in.
1-0.
Columbus.
I have Atlanta winning the series, by the way. So we have to wait and see.
Idiot, am I right, audience?
Shut up, fool. Don't even start,
shut
bro.
up.
I'm not even gonna. Nah, that's cap. I'm not even gonna clown on you right now. I just want to keep it professional.
I'm
gonna keep it professional. You don't even watch soccer.
Right. But I know who's winning. I know.
I bet. But yeah, Danny, do you have any reactions to these current or these recent results, I should say?
I mean, very surprising. Number 1 seed is losing. Dropped in the first game 4-1. But it seems like everywhere else the seeding is kind of playing out as it should. We'll see if it stands in the last game of each of these matchups, or each of these playoff head-to-heads. But yeah, St. Louis, step your game up. Number 1 seed. That's crazy. That's like the Bucks losing last year to the Miami Heat. We'll see how if we got a Cinderella story going on in that MLS.
No, yeah, maybe. I mean, Kansas City, I think they won. The last time they won was, I think, 2013, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2013. I think they beat Real Salt Lake in penalties. So it's been a while.
Damn.
It's been a hot minute. I think they might have won Open Cup, U.S. Open Cup, but I don't recall off the top of my head. But yeah, they've been a team where it's like they're down in the dumps and they'll come back and look good, but like they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So, well, maybe, who knows? Maybe they got a run on them. But I was on the homie Alex's podcast, Talk to Sports, recently, and he was asking me who you think is going to win. I don't know. I want to give Philadelphia another chance. I think Philly's going to take it all the way this time. I think they're hungry for it this time. I don't know. I just want to give them another shot. I think last year was their best shot because they were just the best team overall. But, sometimes it's the teams that, that take a step back and reanalyze things that, get it together, and that's how they win. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you think?
I'm going to give it to, just to spite you, LAFC.
Yeah, what are you going to do when they get knocked out?
I don't know. I got no dog in the game, so I'm gonna trash talk you until I get knocked out.
You're giving up on the Columbus Crew or what?
What? Oh, I mean,
you're giving up on the Columbus Crew.
I know the FC pick is gonna hurt you more. That's why I picked it.
Whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I mean that's mostly it, I believe, on the playoff portion of this. I'm looking forward to what the playoffs bring. I'll keep it. I also like this. I'm not a big, like I said last week, I'm not a big fan of the 2 out of 3 games. It's kind of a novelty. it doesn't really make sense because then after this it's knockout rounds, which is weird. So then the semifinals are knockout and then the conference finals are knockout. All right, I guess. But I don't know. I'm not in charge of the MLS, but if I were, I would get rid of that. That's what I would do. But Danny, I'm gonna pivot here. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I need you to go onto your phone or your laptop, wherever. I need you to access the internet.
Internet access.
Go to your search engine.
I'm there.
All right. Type in San Diego FC logo. Okay? I want you to do that for me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Looking at it.
What's the first thing that pops up?
It is San Diego FC in the center. It's like a badge. It looks like a weird, like triangle, spiral football thing on a badge. Kind of looks like a cop badge.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And what would you give it? 1 out of 10, 10 being the best.
It's a new logo.
Yes.
Okay. As far as soccer logos go, because it looks like a badge, it's already on the minus scale. I mean, it looks quite plain. You know, like typically when I'm thinking of a sports logo, it's got to pop out as soon as you see it. You should recognize it, right? Like even without the words on there, you should basically recognize it. I mean, some logos are, just words, but because they centered it into a shape, a badge, they put a soccer ball in the middle. It is its own shape with words in it. I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 10 in terms of if this was on a shirt, it's on a soccer jersey. I know it's a soccer team. I'd have to squint my eyes, really stare at it, be like, what team is that? Oh, San Diego. Okay, I get it. What about you, Robert?
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, no, yeah. What you're saying is what everyone else is saying. Like, this shit fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing, like, the older logo. Is this a real one? I see
there is
one
no
with
older
like
logo. They're gonna be a new team, Danny.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so these must be proposed logos. All the other ones are pretty dope.
No, this is it. There is no other one. This
on
is
Google, on Google Images, I'm seeing like some other ones that I think are
okay.
like by fans. There's one with like it looks like kind of like a mission seal, with an anchor behind it, and that looks pretty cool. One of them is like like an actual animal seal playing with a soccer ball. Yeah, one of them's got lightning on it. One of them's a wave, like a wave over a pink-orange sunset.
Yeah, that's an actual real one. That's the women's team.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That one's sick. Okay, that one's sick.
Yeah, so everyone hates it. I haven't seen one positive thing. So their official colors from the explanation of the logo is chrome.
Rome.
And Danny, you grew up with Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
Chrome and azul.
Yeah. Roma and azul.
Why didn't you just call it blue?
Yeah.
And then I've also saw on the internet, why didn't they call it navy? Because there's the navy in San Diego.
Yeah.
Chrome and azul.
Azul. I wonder if it's because they're trying to capture like the larger Hispanic base. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but what does that got to do anything? They're just calling blue.
Blue.
They're calling it just in Spanish.
They're calling blue. Yeah.
What is that?
Actually, I don't know.
Was that? And then they
have
Chrome, that like.
All of their logos and all their shirts and jerseys, they better have some like foil on that shit. I better see some shininess. Chrome.
I know, right? Yeah, chrome and azul. And then they have that like orange to red to blue trim. That's why I would have thought their colors would have been. Because the team that they're replacing in the second division, the San Diego Loyal, who, by the way, are going to have to go, or they're going to have to cease operations. So the San Diego, to explain to you.
I see the Loyal. Yeah, I see the Loyal logo. It is 10 times better than this FC one.
Yeah,
Insane.
like, so that team plays in the second division. They play in the USL Championship League, okay?
Yeah.
But they are going to have to cease operations due to lack of funding and lack of a proper stadium, because the USL is like trying to trying to change up their image basically and be more professional. So they have to cease operations because they don't have the money, and the MLS does have the money. So long story short, they got an investor. He has money. He has no connection to San Diego, but he's bringing a team there. So
Damn.
And this is what they came up with.
Should have brought up the Loyal. The Loyal one looks dope because it's kind of like a cactus, but it's still got the beach in the back with the sunset. And instead of a badge, it looks more like a crest or like a shield. You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, that's
like a typical kind of like European.
Badges are
exactly.
like a shield.
Yeah, which I think is what they were going for here, but it just doesn't have the shield shape. It looks like a badge because of the rounded corners at the top. Yeah, but I sent you a link to. It looks like a fan edit logo of the same San Diego
no wonder why I heard
FC.
My laptop go.
Yeah, so it's very similar. Silver-ish gray.
I see. Yeah.
They've added in the center, instead of saying FC, they've added kind of like a sunset. They've taken the top left corner of that soccer ball and made it into, a sunset horizon. Put a seagull in there. Put the words FC. It looks, to me, this is a better logo, like off the top.
Yeah.
I hate that they kept the same shape, but it's way better than the other one. The other one looks like shit.
I was about to say, I just wish it wasn't made like on fucking, I don't know, DaVinci Resolve or something.
Yeah, they made the shit in Paint or something. Yeah, it looks crazy.
No, yeah, like on Microsoft Paint. No offense, but I mean, hey, they're more creative than I am. But yeah, I see what they're going for with like the seagull or the bird. Like, yeah, something with more color, honestly.
Yeah, more color. And it's like very recognizable, and it ties back to San Diego a little bit. Like, what the fuck does Chrome have to do with San Diego?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, like the soccer ball you're saying is like supposed to be it's supposed to be represent flow.
Flow. Okay, sure.
I'm not making this shit up.
Okay.
Go on their web.
Why didn't you put the waves in there then? Why not make it look like a wave?
Because they already have a team with the wave, but I don't know. I don't know.
But you know what I mean? Like, tie it back to San Diego's known for beaches. They're known for Navy bases, water. So close to water. The desert.
They have a city. They have a big city.
Yeah.
Oh man, well. You're making me laugh, Danny. Yeah. But do you have anything else to say about this logo or about soccer or MLS or life?
This logo is trash.
Alrighty then I think we're good to move on. But yeah, keep up with the MLS playoffs, everybody. They still got at least another week or so if we get to enough game 3s. So keep on the lookout for that. Actually, let me see. It will tell me right here. Good thing we have the internet, so I could just go into the future.
So if
until the 12th at least. Until the 12th, if I'm looking at this correctly.
If necessary with game 3s.
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm looking.
Yeah, that's the last date that I see.
Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Okay, because the 12th is when Philly plays New England. And then...
Yeah, it's also the Columbus Crew Atlanta game and Nashville Orlando.
Yeah, so if necessary, we'll go to at least the 12th and 11th. For most games. There is a few stragglers out there that are on their own schedule. But yeah. Up until the 12th. And then we'll have knockout rounds. So yeah. That's it, Danny.
Sure.
All right. Thank you for listening to the MLS portion of the show. We'll be moving on now to some NBA basketball. We just had week 1 officially wrap up. And
yes,
Danny,
sir.
you are our NBA guy here. So can you explain to us what you were able to see this past week and what caught your eye? I got some questions on our doc here that you can answer. If not, you could also just say whatever's on the top of your head. But yeah, man, go for it. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I think unsurprisingly, the top teams are the top teams. You have, projected top teams: Boston, doing really well, defending champions, Denver Nuggets. Even though they made very little moves in the offseason, they did amazing. Jokic still looks like Jokic. Boston got better, getting Porzingis and adding Drew Holiday. even though they lost Marcus Smart. But some surprising teams that are doing surprisingly well, I think, are the Indiana Pacers. I mean, it's still really early. We're talking week 1. Some teams played 4 games, some of them 3. Yeah, unsurprisingly, some teams did very bad. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Robert.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm looking at the standings as well. I mean, they're only 2-1.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have a 0 in your loss column right now, I think you're pretty OP right now. So I gotta eat my words up a little bit with Boston being 3-0, but it's still the beginning. It's still the beginning.
Yeah, it's still week 1.
Sorry,
there's a lot of games to lose.
But continue, please.
Yeah, a kind of surprising team, the Memphis Grizzlies, without John Morant, 0-4, didn't win a single game.
Ouch.
I think they're really feeling the loss of Tyus Jones, their backup point guard, who is solid, who's now in Washington. But I mean, we'll see. Jared Jackson had some solid performances. I think the individual players, Desmond Bain, still Hooper, they're doing well, but just the team is not gelling. And without the explosiveness of John Morant to give other people more opportunities, I think that's what they're really hurting with. But still really early. A couple of things that I want to point out: Milwaukee Bucks had the Giannis Dame debut, and it was just as amazing as we thought it would be. Dame dropped 39 points. Giannis with the pick and roll was so strong. They had a great game against Philly in their home opener. I think.
Do you want to just talk about the second game?
The second game of Milwaukee?
Yeah, the second game of the season. Yeah.
Oh. It was not great.
It was against the Hawks. Oh,
yeah,
no, it was
for
dog
Milwaukee.
water.
It was amazing as a Hawks fan. I loved it. The Hawks were playing extremely good defense throughout, especially towards the end. I think they really exploited what the Bucks are missing without Drew Holiday and without Middleton on the floor.
Yeah.
They kind of struggle with all the probing, and it really just shows how much work that Drew Holiday does. He is a great defender, and then on the other side, he's a willing passer, and he knows how to exploit the defense in a way to open a hole for someone else to score.
No, yeah. And also, so Damian Lillard went from 35 minutes, 25 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds in the first game.
Wait,
no,
what?
excuse me.
Sorry.
Am I
You're
getting
looking
it
at the
back?
wrong
No.
one. That's the Miami game.
Oopsie doopsie. Where am I?
Bottom, 37 minutes.
Oh, 39 points. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, it's because they have it backwards
Yeah.
from the stats I got it from. So,
Yeah,
sorry. My bad,
NBA
everybody. Oopsie.
Yeah. As a side note, NBA is so dumb. I'm so unique. I put the points on the far right column. Shut up. Everyone puts it on the left. You put the minutes, you put the points, rebounds, assists in that order. God.
This
so
is actually
stupid.
ESPN too, by the way.
Yeah, ESPN does that too? Oh, so dumb, dude. Why do you do that?
Okay, sorry. I was like, and because the dates are backwards, so it's not like it's not from the first.
Yeah, it's not up down.
the
It's
top,
it's most recent and then down to
It's down up.
yeah.
Okay, now I got So Thursday, October 26th, they played the 76ers, and Damian Lillard got the game winner, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 118, 117, 37 minutes, 9 of 20 from field goal. He had 4 of 12 on 3-pointers. He finished the night with 39 points.
Yeah.
And then the
17
next
free
game is
throws.
where 17 of 7. Yeah, 17 of 17. There you go. I was going to say, where did the rest come from? Free throws. You always got to make your free throws. And then the next game is where it all went downhill. 6 points is what he took home.
Yep.
6 points, Danny. He went, 2 of 8 from 3-point, and he went 2 of 12 from the floor. So, yeah, not a good game. But yeah, in that third game against Miami, 25 points. And yeah, they took the dub, which is just ironic because, there was, I don't even want to say rumors. Like, it was playing out there. Miami wanted him. He didn't end up going to Miami. And yeah, man, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, no?
Yeah, and it's kind of a revenge game. You know, Miami was the one to take out the Bucks last year with the Giannis injury, so it's a double-sided, uh, aggressive game, two-sided sword. Miami wants to show,
It's a double whammy.
even without Dame. Yeah, double whammy. Without Dame, they were able to beat him. On the flip side, the Bucks want to take out Miami just to show, just because you took us out last year doesn't mean that we're not gonna come back as solid contenders this year. And the whole Dame thing. But yeah, the Bucks still stand at 2-1 record-wise. They're third in the East, followed by the Sixers, and surprisingly the Pacers on top of them. But they're all tied for third or for second. Excuse me.
It's still early. It's still early.
Yeah, still early. The Hawks doing great. I love it as a Hawks guy. In the West, everyone's talking about Wild Wild West. It truly is a wild, wild West. Dallas Mavericks Dallas Mavericks with second place, but that's only because they only played 3 games. They are
3-0.
undefeated currently. Golden State, Clippers, Oklahoma, tied for third with a 3-1 record. The Kings with a 2-1 record, tied with the Pelicans. And then from there, San Antonio, LA, Phoenix, tied for, that'd be 4th. But yeah, I mean, we're so early. I guess we should talk more about standouts than standings, right?
Yeah. What you got? Who standed out?
Victor Wembanyama, rookie, projected to be rookie of the year. He did all right. His first week in the NBA. I think there's already talks of him being a bust because he's not putting up 25 points, double-digit rebounds. He's not putting double-doubles, triple-doubles up. He's a young kid. He's 19 years old. He's still playing great basketball in the NBA. I think last night against Phoenix, he had 18 and 5, something like that, which is great for a rookie. The Lakers, seems like they have the same shooting woes. They lost. They dropped a couple of games. They won a couple of games, but in those games, nearly all of them were close. You could see that the shooting wasn't there, especially in that Sacramento, LA game. The shooting just wasn't there where the Kings can shoot the lights out at any given moment. When the Lakers had the opportunity to hit open threes, it just was not dropping. And you can say, that just happens. Some nights, the ball doesn't fall. But even in this short selection of games, for it to happen 4 games in a row and to have the history of last season and for them to keep nearly the same roster, you got to say a pattern is a pattern. So hopefully they improve on their shooting and this problem goes away. A couple of other standouts. The Knicks are doing okay, as expected. Curry had a great standout game. He dropped 42 games. Luka Doncic dropped, I believe it was 51 in one game. And the worst high point individually for a player, Zach LaVine, 50 points, and they lost against the Pistons, one of the worst teams, arguably, in this league. It was a horrible night for him.
Bruh.
But yeah, other than that, I think the players that we think and we expect to typically play well are all playing well. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of most recent news. James Harden traded to the LA Clippers. Did you hear about this, Robert?
I think I did. I think I might posted it or tweeted about it at like 12 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, it did go through late. James Harden goes over to the Clippers, along with PJ Tucker. Let's pull up the actual trade details.
Yeah, let me see. I got you.
James Harden trade. There were multiple draft picks traded to the Sixers, including a couple of Oklahoma's picks. So James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev traded to the Clippers, and the 76ers receive Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, and KJ Martin Jr. They also receive a 2028 unprotected first round pick, 2 second round picks. I believe they're 2027 and 2029. They receive a 2029 pick swap and an additional first round pick from the Thunder, which I believe is a 2026 first round pick. I think this is old. I think there's also a... Yes, yeah, the Thunder are going to move a 2026 first round pick to the Sixers. And the Clippers are also sending a 2024 and 29 second round pick. So, yeah, so excuse me what I said earlier about the second round picks. So in total, that is 1, 2, 3 first round picks, a 27 pick swap, and 2 second round picks, along with four players and 3 players going.
That's a lot, my guy.
It is a lot. Yeah, James Harden and PJ Tucker. I think PJ Tucker is a tough give up, but I like KJ Martin. I think they keep him. Robert Covington, I think, stays with Philly. I think they turn Marcus Morris. I mean, a lot of these guys are on a 1-year contract, or their contract ends at the end of the season anyway. So I believe that Philly's going to spin this into something else. I think they hold on to a handful of these first round picks, just to make sure that they secure their future. But I believe a majority of these players are going to swing somewhere else. But that really increases the manpower of the Clippers, and a plus side for the Sixers, it frees up the cloudiness, the drama of having Harden, a disgruntled player, and having to worry about how do we play Harden. They didn't even want to let him on the plane when they went to Milwaukee. With the new resting rule, they would have incurred some fines and stuff. So I think they just wanted to get him out of there. But now, the real star of this trade, I think, is Tyrese Maxey. A great player, a great guard. Now he gets the room to show. I believe in the last 4 games, he's really showed he is good enough. I think he'll definitely have an all-star year this season. All NBA, who knows? There's so many good guards this year. But he just has to step up a little bit in passing, a little bit in playmaking, which he has over the last year or so. I think he's learned that from Harden and learning to play with Harden. Maybe not Harden passing on those traits, but having to play around him, having another person eat up the ball and make quick decisions when you are able to get the ball or when the play is made for you. I think he has a breakout year this year. But Robert, did anything stand out to you during this first week in the NBA? Or what are your thoughts on the trade?
So what you're saying is James Harden doesn't want to play with Joel Embiid.
Well, of course. I mean, he doesn't want. I think the main reason was James Harden was promised money. He took a huge pay cut to make sure that Philly was a contender, and he was promised the money the following season. I think Daryl Morey, GM, he's good friends with James Harden, or was good friends with James Harden, promised him the money, and he still got a lot of money, but at the end, he wasn't given what he was promised, and it's the principle of it. When you're at that level, if you're staying to contend, you're staying to contend, but you sacrificed, right? You didn't get your bag. Not like James Harden needs it. He's got a ton of money, but it's the principle of it. You're promised something, and when you're not given what you're promised, and the team still looks like it's iffy if they're able to contend or not, they weren't able to use that money to pull in another star to really make them a top of the league contender and immediately a championship contender. You feel slighted, and I think that's what it was. In LA, as a Clipper, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George get another shot at being a trio. Now they add Kawhi Leonard, Terrence Mann, Zubac. It's a real solid team, but we'll see how they mesh. I mean, Russ and Harden had a falling out. But these are all, those 4 guys are all Southern California natives. They're coming back home to play. I think that's another big decision and why he wanted to come to the Clippers. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think I'm definitely gonna go to a Clippers game now. To see four, possibly four Hall of Famers. Or I think four Hall of Famers, playing in the same building, wearing the same uniform. That'll be great. I'm already looking for Clippers Hawks tickets. That's gonna be a fun game to watch. Fun couple of games. I might go to both of them. But
Nice.
yeah, Robert, what do you think about the trade or any standouts in the NBA Week 1?
I mean, I'm pretty shocked. I mean, like I said, I wasn't kidding. It was like at 11 p.m., 12 a.m.
Yeah.
that this news broke. And I was like, what? I was like, really? I'm like, this is what all the commotion was about?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I guess going to the Clippers makes them a much better contender. And what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is that this isn't this isn't snack break James Harden. This is going to be a new and improved James Harden coming into LA. So
Yeah, I mean,
it'd
we'll
be
have to
interesting
see.
to see what professionalism, what sportsmanship he brings,
Yeah.
and where he's at mentally to be playing and working in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, and the play style, I think, very much differs from what the Clippers are trying to do. So, at this point, I think he has to adapt to the Clippers. He can't have the ball in his hand. He can't be eating up time on the clock. I mean, Westbrook, all the shit that he got on the Lakers, he adapted, right? They took the ball out of his hands. That's fine. I'm a playmaker now. Okay, I've always been a playmaker. He stopped playing bully ball with the ball in his hand, dribbling down. He's a willing passer. So if all four of them are going to be on the floor at the same time, I think the ball has to be in Russ's hands most of the time. And Harden, if he doesn't get a step back, that those MVP seasons that we got from Harden, he was really quick. His first step was like lightning. That's why he scored multiple 40, 50-point games back to back to back. But we'll have to see what it is. Any standouts? Week 1, did you catch any of the action, Robert? Did anything look good or bad to you?
A little bit of the Lakers. I forgot who they played. It was a comeback win.
Is that against
I can tell you
Orlando?
that. Is that what it was? Yeah.
2 nights ago.
And LeBron went to the cup 2 times, got them the dub. But yeah, I mean that was mostly it. Sorry, I was watching soccer.
Oh, God. Trying in the game,
But yeah.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the standings. Yeah, like you said, the Pacers a little bit of a shocker that they're up that high.
Yeah.
Dallas at 3-0 right now. It's still a little bit early. You can see what happens when Portland loses Dame down in the dumps at 1-3. And yeah, if you have a losing record right now and you have no wins, like how, bro? Like at least have one win.
Yeah.
Like that's just ridiculous in my opinion.
The Rockets, but I think the Rockets, who expects the Rockets to win? Right. The Grizzlies, they were without John Morant. I didn't think it would affect them this much, but then again, Tyus Jones, their backup point guard, not there. But they do have Marcus Smart, but he's not that type of scorer. He's a 3-and-D type of guy. Very effective at affecting the game at play, but not much of a playmaker himself. But could I give you a couple of my hopes for the season, Robert?
All right, very quickly, sir.
Yeah, real quick. I hope Zion stays healthy. Well, I hope everyone stays healthy, but specifically Zion. And I hope that the Hawks continue to play this great defense, play with great energy, and I think they can seal a 5 or 6 seed going into the playoffs because the East is pretty top heavy, and I think they can secure a 5 or 6 seed. But that's all my NBA stuff, Robert. I think it's time for the warm up. Unless you got anything else.
Nah, that's good for me, man. But yeah, I gotta watch a little bit more next time, and I'll hop in a little bit more. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely.
Alrighty then. Moving on into the warm up. This week's warm up, if nobody knows, we had the Sports Equinox this past Monday, which all the pro sports teams play on the same day, which happens very rarely. It usually happens around this time as well, because this is when we have the playoffs and seasons are starting.
Yep.
So we had the MLB, we had NBA, we had NHL, we had Monday Night Football with the NFL, and yeah, that was just kidding. There was also the MLS, which is where this story takes a turn. So, it is very knowledgeable that soccer or football in other places of the world is popular in this country, in the United States. However, it has not reached popularity enough that people like watching their own domestic league. So, although it's popular, people like watching the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, or even down south in Mexico, Liga MX, the Mexican league, because the quality is not there in the MLS. So, a lot of people in the soccer world were hooting and hollering the other day, and considering we're asking people, how come you guys made these graphics with the top 4 in quotation professional leagues, but left out the MLS, which is also playing in the playoffs? So, most people, of course, you'll see this is not a sport. Nobody cares. This league sucks. There's no Messi, no playoffs. Why would I watch? So, people were trying to figure out, like, well, what is the Sports Equinox? Like, who should be considered a top league in this country? Which I think the MLS now should be considered top. I mean, they spend millions of dollars. They're not going to go bankrupt anytime soon, to my knowledge. So, I don't know. As someone that likes soccer, yeah, why don't you just count it? I mean, it's on regular. I mean, it's not. It's not going to be under local news with blaring headlines all the time. Like, of course, all right, the MLS has Messi. All right, of course, that's going to rattle someone's bones in the newsroom and be like, all right, we have to put this. Because you just have to. Why would you miss it? But also, there's been at least 2 other sports on this top 4 Equinox that has had dips. And it's the NHL and the MLB, which the MLB has had dips just due to the fact that, up until this past season, it was just hard to watch games. They were too long.
Yeah. Drawn out.
You didn't know if people were using steroids or not. And it was getting ridiculous for a bit. And the NHL, which the MLS has more or less caught up a bit. Me and Danny, we don't watch a lot of hockey. I try to watch hockey. I've been to 3 hockey games in my life, and they're really fun, and they're new, and it's interesting. Fairly simple, you got a couple guys on each side of the ice. They skate around, try to put the puck in the back of the net. Sounds familiar? Yeah, I know, right? So, I can see why a lot of people would be turned off by hockey, because, well, first, you gotta know how to skate, and you have to actually learn the game. So, it's a bit of a mission for people to get into it when you can't actually participate in it. It's kind of like how me and Danny every so often we talk about golf here. We talk about golf because every once in a while we go and golf. We go to the range, or we'll go to a 9-hole somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, like that's more or less the explanation for hockey, in my opinion. The accessibility and the nature of the game itself. Like, how do people get into it?
Yeah.
So, the fact that people are saying that MLS should not count and it should not be a top 5 and only be a top 4 is ridiculous. It's just people pandering and being haters, honestly, at this point. And as Alexi Lawless on his State of the Union podcast said, they're just dinosaurs. They're going to die out anyway. So if anybody else is hating on MLS and or soccer in general, for what? What are you hating about? It exists. Like, if this was 15 years ago, I understand, like, okay, like, be it similar sentiments. All right, not a lot of people know about the MLS. But the MLS has made so many more strides in these past couple of years. They have the Ballon d'Or winner. Messi won the Ballon d'Or. How much more do you get? How much more do you guys want? Do you know what I'm talking about, Danny? Even Danny knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it's
MLS player won the best player award. Come on.
I think it's just because of the culture around sports in the U.S. It's like football's number 1. Second, like the most played sport in the U.S. is probably as individual and as like kids, it's probably baseball, and then basketball.
Yeah, I would. I personally, I would put basketball over MLB.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like those sports that you participate in as a kid, high school and such.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's interesting to see that the sport that is the most popular around the world, because it has the lowest barrier of entry, soccer, is not as popular in the U.S. I think just because of how the sports in the U.S. have shooken out, and because American football, basketball invented, and baseball invented in the U.S. are such cornerstones.
Yeah.
It's tough to get around soccer, or tough to get
I would
around
like to point
soccer.
out. I would like to say touche. Okay, so you're talking about accessibility, right?
Yeah,
If you think about it, how much you want to bet if you were to go to work the next day, whenever, and you ask a lot of your coworkers or friends, whoever, they most likely would tell you, if you ask them, "Have you ever played soccer before?" And I've ran into a lot of people that say this.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and then they
Almost
tell you,
everybody.
"But I was like 7, I was
Yeah.
8, I was a kid." Oh, in like middle school.
Yep.
So I feel like it's accessible. It's just that you can't like it. I mean, the way it works, I'm not gonna get into it now. It's longer discussion time. The pay to play system kind of hurts a lot of people.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
like, yeah, it's like, how is this not like important? Like I think it's important. Like, I don't know. I put it. I like to say top five leagues. Why can't we just do top 5?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to watch it. Just say it exists. Just admit it exists. It's not that hard. Like, what, the graphics guy couldn't add 5 logos? Is that how hard it was?
Yeah. Couldn't copy paste.
Like,
Sheesh.
give me a break. Yeah. Like like, yeah, I kind of agree with Alexi Lalas. Like, it's just people being ignorant at this point when they know that there's been multiple strikes, there's been multiple stoppage of play, there's been multiple problems with the leagues, how they operate, and they get slumps. And like, I think me and you talked about it here, like how the MLB gets like the most like attendance out of all the leagues, even though the NFL
Yeah.
is way popular. But it's because the MLB has like 162 games. So
Yeah. And they've got
the fact that
enormous stadiums. You could really pack
yeah,
those
that
things.
too. Yeah, so like when good teams are good, their stadiums are packed, and yeah, if it's the weekend, then yeah, they're super duper packed. Like I think we talked about Miami, the Marlins. Like the weekday empty, weekends they're packed. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. That's just the way people's schedules work. But yeah, like I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's just people being dumb, or like, all right, what's your top? What are the top leagues in this country, Danny? Go tell me.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I would say NFL, NBA, MLB, and then third, I'd probably say MLS, and then hockey. But that's just me. I know a lot of people that would go NHL and then MLS. But yeah, I think it's just the way that entertainment and clicks move. Like at hockey, at least you get to see a bunch of fights, right? I think people in the U.S.
Yeah,
are kind of turned away from, like, the action of soccer happens so rarely. You can't really make clips of it, so you're not able to garner new fans as easily.
that's how the MLB does.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you could just have 1-0 games, and it could just be the one home run.
yeah, but the way you shoot it, you edit it. It could be a really big video.
No, yeah. That's what I'm just like, I don't get it. I think, yeah, just people are just out of pocket.
Yeah,
So the next Sports Equinox, which is next year, I need to see everybody up in here acknowledging the 5 major professional sports.
yeah.
Men's professional sports, at least, when they happen. And if we got the
Hopefully.
women's in there, then put in the women's. If we got WNBA, NWSL, get them all in there. Might as well. They spend millions of dollars on this, so I don't know why. Just count it, bro. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. If you have an opinion, I'll put a poll on Spotify. What is your top leagues in the U.S.? So I'll probably put a couple rows and see what people say, and hopefully people vote on it. So yeah, man. Fingers crossed I won't forget, and I'll tell you guys the results next week. How about that? Does that sound good, Danny?
Yep.
But all right, do you have anything else to say on this?
That's all I got, sir.
Did you even know what I was talking about? The Sports Equinox?
Yeah. I mean, well, you have to explain it to me, but now I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it
Everything
was on
happens at the
Monday.
same time.
I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. No, yeah, this does happen every year. It's around this time. Yeah. Because all the leagues start and playoffs, and yeah, man, it's a good fun time. But yeah, let's. Are you ready to move on now?
I'm ready for the rundown.
Alright then, folks, we're heading into the rundown where we talk about any other sports news happening coming up or the past or anything we just got to point out that we didn't get to cover. I think I already went over this last week, but I put it in just in case. The NWSL playoffs are going. We have the semifinals this Sunday, November 5th. We have the Portland Thorns versus the New York Gotham FC on 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. And then we also have the San Diego Wave versus OL Reign, also on the CBS Sports Network. And then, the championship game will take place Saturday, November 11th. And then, in NASCAR news, Ryan Blaney wins the Xfinity 500 at Martinsville Speedway. Blaney joins fellow round of 8 winners Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell in the race for the title, along with William Byron, who fought an ill-handling car all day but edged out Hamlin for the final playoff spot by 8 points after finishing 13th place. The next race will be Sunday, November 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern. This will be NASCAR Cup Series Championship at Phoenix Raceway. The race is at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Danny, are you excited for this upcoming NASCAR race?
Yes, sir. I want to see them zoom it.
Are you ready for your boy William Byron to win and have his big hat on?
Big old hat. Yep. I want to see that giant ass hat.
Remember that one time I thought it was what did I say? Like it was Vaseline. But what did I say? I think
You said Vaseline. It's Valvoline.
This guy couldn't tell in the picture. Oh, that shit was funny. But yeah, I'm hoping for a good race by these guys and see who comes out on top. And then next up, we have some NFL news. The Las Vegas Raiders fired head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager Dave Ziegler. The team announced this past Tuesday night. The Raiders have now named linebackers coach Antonio Pierce as their interim head coach. The Raiders are now currently 3-5. Yeah, it has been really good. Close friend to the show, Jeremy Gonzalez, has been fairly upset on the play of the Raiders. I would have thought maybe they would keep McDaniels around, but yeah, it's just very questionable play by the team. They got a superstar wide receiver who's not getting the ball. They traded away their quarterback, and you have a guy at QB right now who, you expect it to be good. He's not good, and it's just very questionable. Very questionable. It doesn't make any sense. So I kind of feel where my homie is coming from. But yeah, they're already starting to make some moves. About 10 hours ago, this was posted. Raiders are expected to start rookie QB Aiden O'Kennell this week and moving forward. So we'll see how the rookie goes out and does on the field coming up. Also on the sports news ticker for the NFL, the Washington Commanders traded defensive end Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers for a third-round pick. In addition, the 49ers will visit the Washington Commanders on December 31st. Yeah, it was kind of a shocker. Chase Young, he's been really good. And I guess, they just made the Niners, who are already a good team, like super good. So it's just insane that now you got Nick Bosa and Chase Young on the same defensive line. That's just insane, man. That's just crazy. It's bonkers. But yeah, and on the last thing that I have to tell you guys, and as of this recording, the MLB World Series is going on. As of this recording again, they are on the bottom of the 6th. The game is currently on Fox. The Texas Rangers lead the series 3-1, so it's Game 5. And I would like to say that the Rangers are going to win it tonight. Hopefully, I do not look silly. If not, I'll let you know who wins it next week. I don't know, Danny. Who do you think is going to win it?
Damn, man. You know what? I'm in a football fantasy league, and I am not keeping up with football.
I'm not doing football anymore.
Wait, what
Did you
the
fall
fuck
asleep?
Did you just say?
I said we're talking about
Sorry, you just
MLB
said
World
Raiders.
Series.
Oh, what the fuck am I saying? Oh my god.
Did we
the
cut out?
Rangers.
Did I cut out? Yeah, the Rangers.
Yeah, I was trying
Oh
not to
my
make it
goodness.
obvious, but
You're a fool.
yeah, I take the Rangers.
Get some new headphones, bro. Go clean your ears.
Discord just cut out for a little bit, FYI, y'all. But yeah, I was trying not to make it obvious, but I didn't hear any of that MLB talk. But because the Diamondbacks took out the Dodgers, I can't support them. I take the Rangers.
Bro. All right, it's all good. It's all good. You didn't miss much. I just went over the NFL news really quick. But yeah, man. Hopefully the Rangers don't make me look silly. But yeah, it's all good. But I think that is all we have for today's show, Danny. Do you have anything
at least
else to
they're
add?
not the Astros, right? Those cheating ass motherfuckers.
Allegedly.
It was true. They had to apologize.
I know, right?
And then they didn't even
Allegedly.
turn over the championship. It's not alleged. It's true. It's a fact. Okay, but that's all for me. If you want to take us out, Rob.
No, yeah, I think that's it for what we got in the rundown. Thank you for listening to our podcast here at Rambling Runoff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. If you're listening on any of the audio platforms, we're on Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. Thank you for us. Thank you for that. Give us a follow. Give us a like, 5 stars, whatever their reaction interface is. If you want to hear more from us on social media, you can follow us at Rambling Runoff on X, formerly known as Twitter, Rambling Runoff on Instagram and TikTok as well. I've been your host, Robert Rios. For my co-host, Danny Tan, we will see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Woo!